morning, you hot mic, check it. All right, here we go. Good morning, YouTube. It is Monday, April 29th. I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of What's On Today with Discovery Bay. This is the show where I'm going to share some of my top picks from the sea of comic content that was released yesterday. Then I'm going to go down a rundown of the lineup of shows that are either releasing or going live today. So let's get started with a quick recap of yesterday's highlights. There are links to these channels in the description below. These channels have been discovered. First up on the recap, over at Simpleman's Comics channel, Brian released the next installment in his weekly series titled Weekly Picks for New Comic Books releasing May 1st. Let's take a peek.
I can't be mixy when iffy the vibe, and 40 on 50 is really the time. Why are you all on my phone like you want me, like you wasn't pushing the kid to the side? I don't know if you thinking I'm blind. Cross on my crosses and dot on my eyes. Done with your efforts, I'm dealing with pressures. I know it's a lesson, that's word of the wise. Dubbing the mixes, I'm mixing, I know.
Hey, what's going on? This is Brian with Simpleman's Comics, and in this video, I'm going to give you my weekly picks for new comics that are coming out Wednesday, May 1st, 2019. A lot of great books this week. DC has The Year of the Villain, has Deceased coming out. Marvel continues with War of the Realms. Some great indie picks. Let's head over to the computer, and I'll show you guys what I got.
If you want to see Brian's picks and more great content from Simpleman's Comics, click the link right here. Next up, over at the Economics and Comics channel, Billy released a cool video titled A Look Back. 6 months ago, speculation, before Avengers Endgame and Captain Marvel, there was economics. Let's take a peek.
Hey guys, welcome back to Economics and Comics. So, I wanted to do a compilation video of a bunch of keys for Avengers 4 movie, possible keys, basically everything that's out there so far. I might miss some things. I'm going to try to do the best I can to get everything in there. But just for you guys, so if you're out there hunting or looking on eBay or whatever, you can pick them up, okay? Avengers 4, a lot of speculation, a lot of stuff going on. So we're going to start with this one, just kind of came out recently, Captain America 25, or it's an older book, but number 14 is the first time they name her rescue. Number 12, which I can't believe I found yesterday, Invincible Iron Man, number 14 is the last one. Invincible Iron Man number 12 is the first.
Now, I've been digging all the recent look back videos. To see this and more from Economics and Comics, click the link right here. The final item on the recap comes from Pop Culture Philosophers channel. Rockin' Robbie Billups recaps the week's pop culture news for April 28th, 2019. Topics include the Eisner Award nominees and the Swamp Thing trailer, with a video from yesterday titled Weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up 4/28/19, Robbie Rants number 308.
Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin' Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. That's right everybody, welcome here to Pop Culture Philosophers and the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. I'm Rockin' Robbie Billups. This is the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it. All we really have for you this week are the Eisner Award nominations. But before we get to that, I do want to address the Swamp Thing trailer. So Swamp Thing is a brand new show debuting on the DC Universe streaming app at the end of May. It's executive produced by James Wan, director of Saw, The Conjuring, Aquaman, Insidious, so Dead Silence, and others, right? Mostly a horror director slash producer. So it's really cool. And I was very excited to hear about James Wan doing Swamp Thing. Man, that trailer did nothing for me. The trailer did nothing for me. The trailer made me incredibly not excited for it, to be honest with you. What, like a week or two ago, they gave out a trailer that all it was just a slow pan across a swamp, and then Swamp Thing rises out of that swamp. That looked cool, didn't we?
Now, I've had several subscribers reach out to me to mention that I had to check this guy out, and they were right. He's awesome. To see this video and more from Rockin' Robbie Billups, click the link right here. Okay, now let's get to today's lineup and find out what's on today with Discovery Bay. All of these times are listed in both Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time, and there are channel links with timestamps in the description below. There are 10 shows in the lineup and 5 are going live. So, first up at 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern.
Whosoever watches this channel, if he or she be worthy, shall acquire the knowledge from High Road Comics.
Arrow over at High Road Comics channel is releasing a video titled High Road Comics Weekend Haul, Funko Toy Story Avengers Endgame, and Key Comics. At 1 a.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. Eastern. Joe Ryan Comics gives us a video titled Spencer and Locke 2, number 1, Early Comic Review, Calvin and Hobbes Grow Up. At 4 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Eastern.
Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero.
Check out YessiLou Comics and Pops for a video titled New Jersey Collectorfest Haul. These are always fun and I'm sure today is going to be great. There is a link to his channel in the description below. At 5 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern, Comics with Bueller starts our week out right with Coffee, Comics, and Comments. Number 41, Do I Have Keys and Spider-Man comic books to buy and get comic hauls? Now, I don't miss this series. As a matter of fact, I just left this premiere video that he was doing to shoot this. So, good morning, everybody over there at Buellerland. No better way to start your Monday morning than with Bueller. Okay, at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. Billy at Economics and Comics will be releasing a video titled How Avengers Endgame Leads into the Next Big MCU Event, Secret Wars. Next up at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, we have our first live show, this time over at Bub's Comics. Come join the fun at the No Faces Comic Chat, hosted by the trio of Bub's Comics, DS Comics, and Metarod. This chat is approved for all ages. Okay, next up at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we get another live stream, this one from the team at MCE, which stands for Marvelous Collectibles and Entertainment. They have a weekly live stream titled That Geek Show. Now, I did it last week and I'll do it again this week. I'm going to take a moment right here to tell you, if you're not watching this, you're missing out. This show is great. They got a cool segment to the show called Display or Nay, which gets everybody in the chat fired up. You got to check it out. Okay, also at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have another live stream, this one from CBSI Presents Tales from the Flip Side. With their self-titled live stream, episode number 66, the team at CBSI will be discussing all the latest and greatest in what's hot in the variant world and in the speculation market, and if you're interested in that stuff, you don't want to miss this one. At 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, over at the home of the New York Warriors, we get a live show titled Chillin. Chillin with the New York Warriors. Come join Biggie, Manny, Joker, Jeff, Marky in the chat as they discuss all things comic related. Now, the last item on the recap and the last live show that I know about starts at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern over at the Comic Core channel. We get the next edition of a live show titled Story Comic Core. Join Alec of White Whale Comics, Caleb, the Comic Smurf Murphy, Chad, the recently married connoisseur of comics of 90MF Comics, and Kenny of Comic Head 84 in the chat as they discuss Why the Last Man Standing, issues number 5 through 10. Well, that's it for today's show. Please visit me on Facebook and on Instagram, where I'll be posting this schedule with any ads and or changes this afternoon. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you know of anybody that might be interested in this video, please share it with them. And if there's any channel out there that I should be watching, please leave me a comment below. If you're not already a subscriber, think about subscribing so you don't miss out on any of this terrific content. Maybe today's the day you find your new favorite channel. And as always, don't forget, we had a good time.